Bricoder. Bricoder means the one having big fat stomach. Brihad Udar. And another meaning is the Jathar Agni, the burning fire that digests our food. So, in whose stomach there is a fire, the burning fire, which burns all the food so fastly. So, that is why he becomes hungry again. And the one who doesn't feel hunger, so his fire is very dim. That is called Mandakini. Mandakini means the dim burning fire, very less power. And if you have a very less burning fire in your stomach, you will not be able to digest your food. And if you are not able to digest your food, you get so many type of diseases in the stomach. So our digestion should always be good. And according to the Shastra, the stomach should always be good. And if the stomach is good, his body is good. And he can do the bhajan nicely. And the one whose stomach is not good, having the less burning power, so he gets so many diseases, he cannot digest. And if he eats, then he gets the indigestion. And he cannot go to the toilet nicely. And also he will get the acidity, and the acidity will go up in the head, and he will get the headache also. So in this way, there are so many diseases that are being caused by the indigestion, which is caused by the less burning power of burning the food. So that is why his name is Bricoder. Bricoder means the one who is having very fast burning power, that he digests all the food and he becomes hungry again. So one time he asked Vyasdev that what should I do? Without eating I cannot live. But Ekadashi should be followed. It is written in the Shastra that one should follow the Ekadashi very nicely, and it should be Nirjala, without water. In the Hari Bhakti Vilas, how the Ekadashi should be done is mentioned without water. So many people think that we are not supposed to drink water, we should drink milk. So people are so clever, and they start eating so much type of foods, but we will not drink water because it is written not to drink water. It is not mentioned not to eat food. So we have to understand the meanings of the scriptures. We should not try to become clever. So what I mean is that Bhim is asking this question to the Vyasdeva, what should I do? Because I feel so much hunger. Then he said that you should follow one Ekadashi. On the one Ekadashi you should not eat anything, but in the rest of the Ekadashi you may eat. So he never used to eat grains in the other Ekadashis, because many people have this misunderstanding that that Bhim used to keep only one Ekadashi in the year. No, he used to keep all the Ekadashis, but he never used to eat grains on the day of Ekadashi. The prohibited grains he never used to eat on the other Ekadashis. But today's Ekadashi he used to always keep it without water. So there are 5 type of grains: the wheat, the dal, and barley, and the chickpea, and rice. So these five types of grains one should not eat on the day of Ekadashi. What lives inside it? All the sins, the seeds of all the sins remains inside these five grains. Swayam Bhagavan is also following the Ekadashi Vrat. Nanda Maharaj he himself is following the Ekadashi. And Swayam Krishna also used to do it, and Mahaprabhu also used to follow it. Though these rules are not for Bhagwan, these are not applicable for Bhagwan, but only for the Lok Shiksha, to teach the world. The Bhagwan is also following the Ekadashi. In the Gita, Bhagwan says, Yad yad acharati shrestha tatas deve tarodana sayat pramanam kurte lokastad anuvartate. The superior person, how he does conduct a behavior, and the other people who follows them, they also do like the same, just like the superior person is doing. So that is why the Bhagwan, being a superior personality, he himself is doing this Ekadashi. So Swayam Rama, Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu in the Jagannath Puri, he showed this pastime also of Ekadashi. Mahaprabhu said on the day of Ekadashi, one should not eat the Anna Prasad of the Jagannath. You know this is story, the Pandas of the Jagannath, they brought Anna Prasad of the Jagannath to Mahaprabhu. Because it is an order that as soon as you receive the Jagannath Mahaprasad, you should eat it. But then Mahaprabhu, what he did, he kept the prasad and whole night he kept on doing the parikrama, considering the Mahaprasad to be equal to Lord Jagannath. And in the morning, he went for taking bath in ocean, and as per the Paran time, as we know that after the sunrise, there is a particular time we should open the fast. So after taking the bath in ocean, Mahaprabhu, so he did the paran with that Jagannath Prasad. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is written that the whole story, this whole story is just because of Ekadashi's paran. So it is only dependent upon the paran, the whole story of Ambrish Maharaj. You all know this story. Though the Mahabhagavat, those who are completely surrendered, for them even the Brahma Shrap, the curse, Brahma curse doesn't make any effect on them. So Ambrish Maharaj is Mahabhagavat. So Durvasa Rishi, he even tried to burn Ambrish Maharaj. But Ambrish Maharaj never even prayed for his own protection. And the Vishnu Chakra came and he burned the Kritya and started following the Durvasa. Then Durvasa went to Brahma Lok, Shiva Lok, Vishnu Lok. And at last he came near to Ambrish Maharaj, asking for forgiveness. The reason was that on the next day of the Mahadvadashi, he did the Mahadvadashi Vrat. And there was a very less time for opening the fast, and at the same time Durvasa Rishi came and he went to the Yamuna Sanan, taking bath in Yamuna, but the time was going on. And then Swayam Ambrish Maharaj, he discussed with the Pandits, the Brahmins, that on the next day, how we can complete the fast. That if one accepts the Vishnu Charanamrit, because he has kept the Nirjala without water. The Durvasa Rishi is also a Mahabhagavat, he is not an ordinary personality, but why they appear in this way in this world to teach us. If the Vashar Nishi is not playing that kind of role, then how can we hear the story of Amrish Maharaj? So all this story is explained in the Bhagavatam. So Vyasdev said to Bhim that at least one Ekadashi we should do it without water. So that is today's Ekadashi. Some people say that the Bhim never used to follow the rest of the Ekadashis, but I have read so many scriptures, but I never read anywhere that he used to eat grains. It is written that he used to eat, but he is not used to eat the grains. So he used to eat doesn't mean that he used to eat grains. He used to eat fruits. And all the Pandavas used to follow Ekadashi. So that is why today's name is called, Ekadashi's name is Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. In the Hari Bhakti Vilas it is said, for some people there is a exception for doing Nirjala. Those whose body is not fine, his health is not good. How can he follow Nirjala? Because his acidity starts increasing if he doesn't eat food. That is called Pitta. So for them there is an exception that on the day of Ekadashi he should eat fruits because his body is acidic in nature, so that can produce acidity for him. So he should eat fruits. This is the exception written. But our Gurudev Vaman Goswami Maharaj used to say that when we get some concession, we always follow the concessions only. And especially it is Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga is full of faults. No one is having the body which is perfect. And even if someone forcefully tries to do the Nirjala, he may get some kind of problems in his body in future. So the bhakti should be natural and favorable. We have to accept the activities which are in favor of the bhajan. If your body allows you to do Nirjala, then it is good. In the Bengal, some people, they used to show that we are doing Nirjala. But in the hot season, what they used to do, they used to take bath for 3-4 times in a day. And when they go for taking bath, and they also drink water while taking bath, and there are also small fishes in the water pond. So that is a very small fish, and they started thinking, the Bengalis, that I am inside the water and no one is looking at me that I am drinking the water. So he drank the water, and then that small fish that also went inside, and it got stuck in the inside the neck. And when he came out and he was shouting that save me, then everyone asked him that, have you done the Nirjala fast? Then he said, no, I drank the water inside the pond. So these people are so clever. So these are cheaters. So by the cheating they want to do bhajan. So it is fine that if your body is not good and it is not favorable for you to do the Ekadashi without water, then you may eat something or you may drink water, because we have the prominent is the bhajan. So all the activities should be in favor of the bhajan. The activities which are against the bhajan, unfavorable to the bhajan, we should reject those activities. And the activities which are favorable to the bhajan, we should accept those activities. This is the philosophy of our scriptures. Some people, they close their room and they drink so much water, and outside they say that I am doing nirjala. So this is not the right way. This is cheating. If your body is not good, then it is fine. You do bhajan and you drink the water, and you can take the falahar, the fruits, because our body is so rare. Durlabho manasho deha. So this very rare body of being human, we can do bhajan. So if the Gurudev used to say that we should always accept the activities which are favorable to the bhajan. So we should try that if possible, we should do nirjala. So for the Bhim, this was a rule that today he has to do it without water. Because his fire, the brick fire, the burning fire of the food is very fast, and it burns all the food so fastly. So when we do rest of the Ekadashi, sometimes we do the faults also. So at least in whole year, 1 or 2 Ekadashis we should do without water. Because sometimes we do some kind of offenses on following rest of the Ekadashis. Because it is written the Ekadashi Upavas. What is the meaning of word Upavas? Upasamipe vasa iti vasa. Upavasa. Upa means near. Vas means to stay. Near Bhagwan. So if you are doing the Nirjala fast but you are not chanting, then it is not Upavas, because Upavas is to stay near the Lord, and you are not able to chant just because you are not drinking water. The Naam is Sakshad Kalpataru. The Naam and the Nami, they both are one. So on the Ekadashi day, we should do more chanting. And on the day of Ekadashi, we should always try to increase the number of rounds on that particular day. Should we do less? No, we should do more on the Ekadashi, at least 5-6 rounds. Whatever is your designated rounds, we should try to increase on that particular day. So Mahaprabhu used to do the 1 lakh, he used to say 1 lakh chanting. Or the other meaning of 1 lakh means the Lakshmi is the aim is of chanting. The one who has the aim of chanting in that way, the one is doing the chanting, I accept the prasad from his hand. So starting from the 8 years of age up to the 80 years of age, one should follow the Ekadashi. And if your body is perfect, then you should be awake in the night also. Nishi Jagran, Ratri Jagran, that one should be awake in the night. Because the actual process of following the Ekadashi is one should be maximum quiet on the day of Ekadashi, not to speak much. That only one should think about Bhagavad Nam, Bhagavad Chintan. Being quiet doesn't mean that you tie your mouth with a cloth and you do not speak anything. Being quiet, Maun, means to speak Bhagavad Katha and chanting.
गोदावरी सिंधु सरस्वती च सर्वाणि तीर्थानि वसन्ति तत्र यत्र अच्युत उदार तथा प्रसंग।
वो तो प्रमुख श्लोका है वो।
यहाँ पर भगवान
In this shloka, Swayam Bhagwan says,
वहाँ पर क्या होते हैं?
where there is katha, at that place there is Ganga. So Sakshat Ganga is present there. Yamuna Devi, the Veni, Godavari, Sindhu, Saraswati, and all the Tirtha are present at that place where Harikatha is going on. So on the day of Ekadashi, maximum time we should spend the time in the satsang and hearing the Harikatha. Whether we do the nirjala without water or with fruits, it is fine in both ways. But the important thing is maximum time we should spend in the satsang Harikatha. I'll speak some couple of glories of Ekadashi. Why we glorify? So that we get more respect towards that particular subject like Ekadashi. Just like when we hear some glories about a person, our Shraddha increases towards that person. This is very natural. If we hear the qualifications of a particular person, we gain respect towards that person. So in all the scriptures, the glorifications are there, and at the end the Siddhanta is explained. For example, in the Ras Panchadhyaya, Shukadeva Goswami Pad, in the first canto, in the 10th canto, from 29th to 33 chapter, he speaks Ras Panchadhyaya, that is called 5 chapters of Ras. These 5 chapters are called as Ras Panchadhyaya. And at the last, Sri Shukadeva Goswami Pad, he writes the glories of this Ras. What is the shlok? Swayam Bhagwan Krishna, along with the gopis in this Vrindavan, the Ras and Vihar, he has done. So that Vishnu, that Krishna, that he is dancing and singing so fastly with the gopis, that from the one gopi to the another gopi he is doing the Ras Vihar, just like the Alavada Chakra, just like the burning wood. If you start revolving it very fast, it makes a circle of fire. So in the same way, the Krishna, along with all the gopis, he danced so fastly that it looked like a circle and a constant line of circle. So it is at the Vishnu, the word is used Vishnu, that the Vishnu's enjoyment with the gopis, Prem Vihar with the gopis, if you hear it from the Uttam Mahabhagavat, with Shraddha, how one should hear? With firm Shraddha, strong Shraddha. And after hearing, again one should speak the Kirtan of the Katha. So what happens after hearing this Ras with Shraddha? Bhakti Param Bhakti Pratilabdha Kama. That first that person will attain the Parabhakti. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes very beautifully that first the Parabhakti will come, and then the lust and anger, etc., will be destroyed from the heart. So you tell me that first the sun should rise or first the darkness should go? So the first the sun
तो
should
अंधकार
rise,
अपने आप क्या होगा अपने आप
because as the sun rises, the darkness
शरीर
automatically
बहुत
goes
है
away.
एक
So the same principle is here.
हृदय में पहले हमारे क्या होनी चाहिए
That in the heart,
तब तक भक्ति होगी इसलिए आगे नहीं करना पड़ेगा ये साधन भक्ति भाव भक्ति या
first
प्रेम
parabhakti comes.
साधन भक्ति के काम नहीं है हृदय को शोधन करना
Sadhan bhakti's job is to clean the heart, just like the washing machine.
आजकल बातें में कहते हैं बर्तन राख दो बस
There are kind of washing machines that you keep the utensils in it and they are automatically cleaned after some time.
अच्छा है
क्या बोलते
ये
हैं?
उसी प्रकार में देखो साधन भक्ति ऐसे है हमारी जिंदगी में
So the sadhan bhakti is just like that washing machine which cleans the heart with this dirt of lust, anger, and other dirty feelings. And when the heart is clean, then the bhakti devi will be manifested.
साधन भक्ति और एक लक्ष्य क्या होता है
What is the another aim of the sadhan bhakti?
प्रेम प्रति किरण हमारे हृदय में
That the bhav of the Nitya Siddha people, so that bhav should manifest in our heart also, just like the ray of sun.
नित्य सिद्ध जो परिकर
The Nitya Siddha parikars, Nanda, Yashoda, Subal, Shridham, Lalita, Radha, Mother Gopis, they all are the Nitya Siddha parikar.
प्रेम प्रति
Their ray of love, the love is compared here with sun,
और वही जो है
and the ray of that sun appears in our heart.
किंतु यहाँ पर हमारे ये समझ का है क्या
Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says,
विष्णु सप्ताह में तो मनो सुनना
but Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says,
भक्ति पराम भगवती प्रतिलक्ष काम है हिंदू ये भारत ये राष्ट्र कथा की
that by
विशेष
hearing this Ras Leela Katha, there is a special
दिखा रहे हैं
importance.
विशेष वैसे
There is a speciality of hearing Ras. Here the word pratilabhya is very important because there is an asamapika kriya, that there is an achintya shakti, inconceivable power, and with this inconceivable power, first the prema bhakti will come to our heart, and then the anarthas will be removed. Because the principle of the materialistic worlds are not applicable in the spiritual world. So it is said that first the parabhakti would come, but in this materialistic world, first we clean something and then some new object come there. But not in case of the spiritual world, that first the parabhakti would come and then the heart cleaning will take place. So Bhagavan's this is these sweet pastimes, the one hears that the parabhakti will manifest. There is no doubt in it. Pratilabhya Vidaroga Ashu. So what I want to say is that in every katha, at the end, there is the importance of the glories being written. Just like after 7 days of the Bhagavatam, for the one day we keep on speaking about the glories of the Bhagavatam, speaking the story of Dundukari. Because when we hear the glories, it increases the Shraddha. So that is why this Mahatma, the glories are explained. So in the same way, the Ekadashi's glories, why we would hear that by doing the Ekadashi, what is going to happen? From many days, those who are doing the bhajan are hearing, but still we should hear it again and again. In the Shastra, it is written that on the day of Ekadashi one should hear the glories of Ekadashi.
एक बार गुरुदेव वर्णन करके रूपांगद और धर्मांगद की कथा
Gurudev used to speak the story of Rukamangad
देखो
and
किसी
Dharmangad,
अवस्था में एकादशी को त्याग देना नहीं चाहिए
that in any state one should never leave Ekadashi near.
ये एकादशी प्राप्त विधि मार्ग में मिली है
So this Ekadashi falls under the Vidhi Marga and is also under the Raga Marga.
केवल विधि मार्ग के लोग एकादशी पालन करेंगे
So only the people of the Vidhi Marga
पालन नहीं करेंगे ऐसे नहीं
will follow the Ekadashi and not the Raganuga people will follow. This is not the way. Many Sampradaya,
भले हम लोग राग मार्ग में चल रहे
they say that we follow the Raga Marga Bhajan
इसलिए चातुर्मास को भी बदली
and
करेंगे
there is no need for us to do the Ekadashi.
ये सब तो
But this is not the rule. Even the Raga Marga people should do the Ekadashi.
लगभग यहाँ क्यों पड़े इसलिए ऐसे नहीं रागानुगा भक्ति में भी
In the Raganuga Bhakti,
5 प्रकार रागानुगा भक्ति
there are 5 types, the 5 stages. Bhavmayi sadhan,
संबंधी साधन
Bhavasmandhi sadhan,
अनुकूल साधन
Bhav Anukula sadhan,
भाव प्रतिकूल साधन
Bhav Pratikul sadhan,
अविरुद्ध
and Bhav Aviruddha sadhan. So these are the 5 stages.
एकादशी पालन करना
And following the Ekadashi,
हमारे भाव अनुकूल
it is Bhav Anukula sadhan. So it falls under the Bhav Anukul
शब्द जो है
out of the 5 stages of the Raganuga Bhakti.
आप अनुकूल के साथ
Bhav Anukul means which is favorable to our Bhav.
भाव को आश्रय करना पड़ेगा
So we have to take shelter of the one Bhav, Sakya Vatsalya Dasya Madhur. And keeping that Bhav as the main Bhav, we have to do bhajan. So this is written all in Ragvata Vartma Chandrika.
विधि मार्ग के लोग तो अवश्य करेंगे और
The Vidhi Marga people will surely follow the Ekadashi, and the people on the following the Raganuga bhajan, they should also follow.
एकादशी पालन करना चाहिए इसके दो प्रकार की भक्ति होती है एक विधि भक्ति
There are 2 types of bhaktis, Vedhi Bhakti and Rag Marga Bhakti.
इसमें विधि मार्ग के कहा जाता है
In the Vidhi Marga has many names. Huh?
शास्त्र अनुशासन में भक्ति का है
Shastra Anushasan Mai Bhakti, the bhakti which is controlled by the words of scriptures. The Ragamai Bhakti is called as Lobhamai Bhakti, which has the natural greed of doing bhakti.
तो मेरे कहने के इसी प्रकार तात्पर्य है आप विधि मार्ग में चले
So whether you are following the Vidhi
अथवा
Marga
राग मार्ग में चले
the,
सदियों में क्या करना
or the
चाहिए
Raga Marga, in both these bhaktis one should follow the Ekadashi.
महत्व श्रवण करें हमारे
And as the maximum we hear the glories of the Ekadashi, we will get more and more enthusiasm of following Ekadashi. So I'll complete the subject in 15 minutes.
रूपांतर नाम से कोई
Rukamangad, there was a king called Rukamangad.
इस कथा को अनेक लोग अनेक प्रकार की प्रकार से
Many people speak this katha in many ways.
रूपांतर नाम
The Rukamangad was a king
और उनके धर्मपत्नी की बहुत
and his wife was also very nice.
राज्य में सब प्रजा लोग की स्थिति
And all the citizens were also very nice of his kingdom. And his son's name was Dharmangad.
और राजा के नाम क्या है
So king's name is Rukamangad and the prince, the son name is Dharmangad. And all the people of that country were so peaceful, so happy. And with the timely manner, the earth used to give grains and the sky used to give rain.
राजा यदि
So if the king is religious in nature,
प्रजा लोग
the citizens are
शांति में
always living with happiness.
और राजा यदि
This is written in the scripture. If the king is good, but if the king is not religious,
तो प्रजा लोग
then the citizens can never stay happy.
जैसे हिरण्यकशिपु के
Like Hiranyakashipu,
राजा हो
he
जाए
was not a
प्रजा
good
लोग कैसे
king.
धर्माचरण कैसे
So the citizens were never peaceful or in happiness.
तो उसी प्रकार धर्मशास्त्र में ऐसे लिखा गया
So it is written in the Shastra, it is dependent upon the king,
इसमें
the happiness of the citizens. So Dharmanga the Rukmangad, he was thinking
एक दिन
that
धर्मांतर राजा धर्मांतर भ्रमण करते करते घूमते घूमते एक
one day
संत
the
महान त्रिकाल
king,
त्रिकालज्ञ संत महान कोई
he
निकल
came to a saint
कहीं कहते हैं
who
बाल
knew the past, present, and future.
त्रिकाल त्रिकाल
Trikalagya, the one who knows past, present, and future, is called Trikalagya. So he came to that
और देखो
saint.
संत महान के देखिए साधारण रूप में लोगों के विषय रूप में क्या मन में होता है
Generally, the people, they want to know the past and the future births, what happened to me in the past and what will happen in future. The ordinary people ask these kind of things to the saints, that why my daughter is not getting married, my son is not getting married, I am not getting son or the daughter. The ordinary people ask these kind of questions. So this is all called prapancha, the materialistic type of questions. So these Vishayas, sense enjoyers, they never ask the Bhagavad Katha from the saints. They always ask the materialistic questions about the materialistic happiness only. So the Rukumangad, he went to a rishi which was Trikalagya. क्या नाम है? Trikalagya. He said, "Oh Maharaj, tell me that what activity I did in the last birth that I became a king. Whatever we are doing, it is all dependent upon it is all because of our impressions, the sanskar of the previous birth. The karmas of the previous birth, they are coming with us. And according to those karmas, we are doing the new karmas." Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes a slok that even if you want or not, the last birth activities of the karma will surely come in front of you in your present life. So Rukmangad, he said to the Balkhilya Rishi, the name was Balkhilya, that what pious activity I did in the previous birth that I became a king in this birth. Balkhilya Rishi, he closed his eyes and started meditating and looking at the past. That in the last birth, what to talk about the pious activities, you were such a great sinful person. You were a duratma, very bad soul. You were a vyabhichari and you used to enjoy with the other ladies without marriage. So he was so surprised to hear it. Then how I became king? Then he said that in the previous birth, I tell you the story, the history of your previous life, that you were a drunkard and you were also having a very bad character, so much attached to the women. But with fortune that your wife, on the day of Ekadashi, her body was unhealthy and she left the body. And because you were so attached to your wife, you did not drink even the water on that day, and you didn't know that it was the day of Ekadashi. So just because of the separation of your wife, you did not eat or drink anything on the day of Ekadashi. And that wife also, she also left the body on that Ekadashi day. There is a big story, but I'll complete it in short. Then what happened with the result? That after the death, that you went to the planet of Yamloka, and the Chitragupta, the accountant of that Yam, the Lord of Death. Chitragupta, why the name is Chitra means to take picture, that he always keep on clicking your pictures, whatever you are doing. Just like if you are drinking the water on the Nirjala day inside, staying in the water, but Chitragupta is going to click your picture. So he is going to show you all the pictures when you go to Chitragupta. Oh, you were doing this activity. So you cannot save yourself. So Chitragupta, he told the whole story or life history to the mouth of death, Yama. Then Chitragupta said that unintentionally he has followed the Ekadashi, that he did not drink water. And because of the separation from his wife, he was lamenting and he did not eat or drink anything. And on the next Ekadashi, he also left the body. Just by hearing it, the Lord of Death, Yam Maharaj, he said, Yam Maharaj is out of the 12 Mahajans. स्वयंभू नारद शंभु कुमार कपिलो मनु प्रहलाद जनक भीष्म बलिर व्यास किरवै. Then Yama Maharaj said, the one who follows the Ekadashi by any means, his all the sins are destroyed. So by any means, if you follow the Ekadashi, your all sins are destroyed. And because of that, you have become king. Though he was a drunkard, a very bad behavior, bad character person, a bad soul, just by doing unintentionally the Ekadashi, he became king. Just by hearing this story about himself, Rukmangad, he got so enthusiastic about Ekadashi, and he came to his kingdom and he declared that all the citizens of my country should follow Ekadashi. And the one who is not going to follow the Ekadashi, he will be expelled from my kingdom. So by fear or by any means, if one follows the Ekadashi, so on the day of Dashmi, on the 10th day, all the people of king, they used to announce in the whole city that tomorrow is Ekadashi and everyone has to follow it. So after some days, one day Rukmangad, he went to the forest for hunting, and he was following one animal and he forgot his path. He could not find the way out to come out of jungle. So in the jungle he saw a 16 years old beautiful girl, and she was crying. Rukmangad said that, who are you? She said that I am here to suicide because I have been expelled from all the houses because I have some fault in my destiny that my family members have expelled me from their house. So that is why I never get married. So I want to do